boogity, boogity, get up on your feet.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of the DW Show. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I certainly did. But you know what really capped off the weekend was the news that we all got that old bin Laden had been captured and killed. I don't think there's probably been, in my lifetime, I don't think there's been anybody that has been more sought after, and people wanted to happen what happened than this guy. And so congratulations to our military. You know, the Navy SEALs going in and doing their job was just everything I've seen, everything I've heard. It just makes you so proud of our military, the men and the women of the United States. And there's other military people other countries that have been involved in this thing as well. But congratulations to any and everybody that had anything to do with the capturing and killing of bin Laden. It was a great accomplishment for our military, and congratulations to all the men and women with Memorial Day not too far away. What a great way to celebrate. So I hope that's some closure for some of the families that lost family members and friends in what happened on 9/11. It's just a great accomplishment, and I'm so proud of our military. And so from me and everybody at Fox Sports and NASCAR, it's such a huge connection, you know, in the NASCAR community to the military. We just all a tip of the hat to you, and congratulations on staying after that guy until we got him. Toby Keith has a song, something about we'll put a boot in your hiney, we'll say. How's that? Well, we put a boot in his hiney. Anyway, let's talk a little racing. What do you say? How about that race Saturday night? A very interesting race. I know Kyle Busch won and somewhat dominated the race, but man, was there action everywhere on the racetrack. And then Denny Hamlin, his teammate, finished second. I thought maybe Denny was going to get the sweep. He won the charity race on Thursday night. He won the nationwide race on Friday night, and he was real close to sweeping the weekend. But Kyle pointed out to me and others, he was actually going for a three-peat as well. That was his third spring race win at Richmond. And the Gibbs cars have dominated Richmond now for the last several years. So, and they didn't disappoint on Saturday night. But I did think it was interesting that a lot of the guys that have been struggling, needing great finishes, they had their personal best race on Saturday night. Casey Kane came, David Reagan got a 6th, A.J. Allmendinger got a 7th, and Dave Blaney, who ran so great at Talladega, and he ended up 13th. Those are some great finishes by some guys that were really struggling and needed them. But I think the thing that sticks out in my mind, and probably yours too, was what happened to Jeff Gordon when they had to wreck on the back straightaway. Poor old Jeff. He seems to always be able to wreck in the worst possible place. Now, trust me, I've never known of a good place to wreck, but he seems to always find the worst place to wreck. If you remember what happened to him at Vegas, got off the track and slammed into a wall at Vegas where there was no safer barriers. When he wrecked at Watkins Glen, slammed into a guardrail and no safer barrier. And Saturday night, when he went flying off the racetrack down on the back straightaway there and slammed into the inside wall, no safer barrier. I hate that for anybody, but gosh, it seemed like Jeff has had a real knack for finding those areas where when you wreck, it hurts the worst. I bet when we go back to Richmond, I'm pretty sure there'll probably be some safer barriers along the back straightaway. But here's the other thing that really it was comical. What happened between Juan Montoya and Ryan Newman? I wanted to call him Paul Newman. That's an old guy thing. I don't know. What was I thinking? Anyway, what happened between Montoya and Newman? You know, the first incident, Ryan Newman is a hard racer. He races everybody hard. He doesn't cut you any slack, and he didn't cut Montoya any slack, and they made a little contact. Montoya slapped the fence, tore the back of his car up, ruined his night. And here's how drivers think. You ruined my night, I ruined your night. So he went in, got his car a little bit patched up, and went back out, and sure enough, here comes Ryan, here comes Juan. Juan hooks him, shoots Newman into the wall, and it's on from there. Now, NASCAR had warned both of them prior to that incident to stay away from each other, but these two knuckleheads seem to want to find each other on the racetrack and have at it again. Have at it, boys. That's one of the things that drivers have learned, that they can kind of get away with getting even with somebody. And I don't have a problem with that. I always said, let the drivers police themselves. The drivers will work it out. NASCAR doesn't need to get involved in every little spat that happens on the racetrack. And basically that's how they looked at that thing on Saturday night. Newman went to the hauler, Newman went, and Juan went to Miami. Juan got the heck out of there. I kind of wish he'd have stayed. I kind of wish they had worked it out in the truck Saturday night, but I'm sure they'll get together when they get to Darlington this weekend, and they'll chat, and probably won't be any other things come of that. The other thing is that we're going to Darlington, one of my favorite racetracks, and it's Mother's Day weekend, and I want to be sure and tell Mom, Margaret Jean Waltrip, a happy Mother's Day. And I want all, and you'll love it. I love the festivities at Darlington because they have the driver introduction, and the guys bring their moms down, and it's close enough to where most of them live that most all of them can come. And they walk across the stage with their son, and then when they get ready to start the race, the moms always say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." So it's a great, you know what, the other thing I always think about mothers and racing at Darlington on Mother's Day weekend, and everybody says, and we've never raced on Mother's Day, and rightfully so, but moms sacrifice so much, and moms and families give so much to get most of these drivers where they are, that I think it's a tribute race. I look at, it's the Southern 500 if you want to look at it that way, but I also look at it, this is a race, a tribute to the moms, and so it's good that they're there. It's fun that they can say, "Gentlemen, start your engines," and it makes that weekend special. Special for the sons, special for the moms. A couple other things. Trevor, our Daytona 500 champion, has been in the Mayo Clinic. They're running a lot of tests. They're trying to determine what's wrong with Trevor. I don't have a current update for you. Hopefully he'll be in Darlington. Michael and I did the NNS race, the nationwide race on Friday night. And by the way, we had a ball. Rick Allen, Michael, and I thought I was really pleased with the work we did. It was a race that was kind of different, no cautions. But even after that race, Trevor is still 7th in the nationwide points. So if he can get himself well enough and he can come to Darlington this weekend and start the nationwide race and hopefully run it, he may still have a shot at winning that nationwide championship. I hope so. This is the sweetest kid in the world. And he gets the big break, and he wins Daytona, and now this is happening to him. Let's all keep him in our thoughts and prayers, get him healthy, and get him back in the race car. He's a sweet guy, good kid, 20 years old, living the dream. Hopefully he'll get well enough that he can get back to the track and get back in that race car. That's what we all want to see. So I'll leave you with this, anticipation. Now you can anticipate another edition of the DW Show next week. But the key word, always remember this at Darlington, is anticipate. It's a tight 1 1/3 racetrack. Straightaway speeds 200 miles an hour. Hard to find a place to pass. Only a couple of really safe places to make a pass there. You've always got to be looking ahead, thinking ahead, planning ahead. You have to anticipate where you're going to catch a guy and how are you going to pass him. Everything you do at Darlington, you have to plan ahead, think ahead. The guy that can do that the best, the guy that can anticipate, he's the guy that could win the race.